Hello, hello. Welcome to the Sparkle.Sanctuary. My name is Rebecca. I'm so glad you all joined me today. I found these stickers while I was making a purchase on Michaels.com, and I added them to my cart because they were such a good deal and I couldn't pass them up, and I was kind of interested to see what I could do with them. So these are actual DMC stickers. There are a variety of these kinds of things out there. I know Amazon has some, I know small shops have some, but these were only these were less than $3.50 a piece. I purchased two, and I actually started recording this video earlier, but had some things that I wanted to learn about it and wanted to try utilizing them a little bit before I actually came back and recorded. So I'm starting this over after having learned a little bit of information and after gathering some more resources. So anyway, we'll go ahead and open these up and I'll show you what it is that I'm talking about. Sorry for the crinkle. So in this kit bag that you get, like I said, I purchased two and they were less than $3.50 on sale. In this kit, you get two blue heart-shaped wax pieces. I love this blue wax. If I'm going to use wax, this is actually my preference. So I'm glad that I ended up, because I ordered two of these, I now have four of these. So that makes my heart happy. I actually prefer them over the pink wax. So, and as long as they're if they're nice and solid blue, they work really well. The ones that are like the thinner and more see-through blue or lighter blue, they're not as good. But it also comes with two of these sticker sheets. These are great for utilizing on a variety of different kind of containers to kit up and label up whatever you're wanting to utilize them for. I just usually will use a thin Sharpie, and draw on these if I'm going to kit up this way. I've done that numerous times when I've purchased kits that didn't come with sticker sheets. So we'll go ahead and get into this. There is two different bags here. I'm not sure why this was bagged inside that bag. I'm not a huge fan of the plastic waste, but I'm not sure why they decided to keep those separate. Maybe it's in case the wax melted. I'm not sure. Anyway, so basically what we have here is the first page is stickers numbers 1 through 90, letters A through Z, and then they start off the DMC here with B5200, and then they have Blanc and Ecru, because those are also DMC colors that are in there. There are a total of 4 sticker sheets, and as you can see, the DMC color actually corresponds with, or the DMC number corresponds with a color. And so I was looking at these hoping that I would be able to have a little bit more information about what color is in each of my baggies when I'm in my storage. So what I have here is my square diamond drill storage and my round diamond drill storage. Ooh, goodness. Nobody has to keep spare drills. That is not a thing that has to be done. I keep them because I started keeping them in the very beginning. When I started diamond painting, it was in early 2020. There was not a lot of options. It took a long time for things to ship, and I ran out of diamonds on several kits. And so I've always just kept them. I felt like eventually I would utilize them in some way in my own personal diamond painting if I want to make up my own colors. I've seen the temperature charts that people have utilized. I've considered using those for those as well. But regardless, I like to keep my drill storage. Nobody is required to do that. It is not something that's a necessity, but I'm also impatient, and I do not want to have to wait for a company to send me more diamonds if I run out of diamonds on a diamond painting. I'm not that person that can leave a spot blank. Like Diamond Art Club's policy is you complete the entire painting before you can receive the drills that you're missing. I don't want to wait until I'm done. I want to be done when I'm done. So this is a really nice way to kind of appease that I need it now kind of attitude. So anyway, like I said, this I've shown on my channel before. This is just my square diamond painting storage. And then my round diamond painting is actually in a lid kind of box, but it's exactly the same on the inside. So I will show you what I learned when I was working on my squares. So I opened this up and I started in the very first row. As you can see, I have pulled off a number of the stickers, and then I stopped right here. So one thing is I was excited that I can see exactly what diamonds, either I'm not sure if the companies don't use them or if they just weren't utilized. I haven't utilized them yet because I've done less square diamond paintings than I have done round over the last 4 years. But yeah, so there's several that I've skipped over. I know 311 is definitely a color, so I find it interesting that I don't have a 311 in my squares. It's possible that they're in my overflow and I just don't know that, but that's a whole other thing for a whole other day. And yes, I do have some overflow of ones that are bags that are extremely full. But anyway, so the reason why I decided to do stickers like this is because of the way I have these labeled. When I very first started setting up my spare drill storage, I was using label makers. Now, label makers are wonderful. They look nice. It's nice and organized, and it's easy to see, but it used a lot of this tape, and it took a lot of time, and I eventually got lazy and decided I didn't want to do that anymore. And so what ended up happening was either I was just writing on them in Sharpie, which eventually, like if I press this hard enough and I rub on this, or even if I use a sticker, sometimes those will come right off. If I, like literally, if I just sit here and rub on it, it starts to smear and it's coming off. So that's not ideal. And then otherwise I would do stuff like this, where I would just, whatever sticker I had on my storage container, I would take it off and stick it on here. Now, this is also a problem because since it's already been stuck to something once before, it has a tendency to come off. So I wanted something a little bit more of a nice permanent solution that looked uniform, that I wouldn't have to label or come up with, that I could just stick on there and go. My other purpose was that I was hoping that the color on here would be an exact match for the color on the diamonds. And I have learned for some of these, a lot of these they are, but for some of them they're off slightly. So I wanted to share that with you. So like this is a good example. Here is number 150. As you can see, this color of the diamonds is definitely a reddy pink. I think on my camera it's showing more pink than it actually is, but that sticker is showing pretty true to color. From what I see. So it's more of a red than a reddy pink. So that's just like, but it's honestly, it's pretty close. In person, it's pretty close. On camera, it's not quite as close. But I just kind of wanted to show that they're not all exactly going to match, but a lot of them match very nicely. So this one, again, this is more of a baby pink, and this is more of a rosy pink. Let me see if I can find one that's a really good, like in here, there are these diamonds that are here in person actually match that sticker almost exactly, but this color is obviously a very different color. It was a different dye lot. And I've always wondered which ones were the truest one. So I think this is a very interesting finding. And I am curious as to if I were to take the time to go through and find these and what DMC they actually would be. But that is not something I'm ever going to do because there's too many mixed in, and I don't have the patience for that. Not for spare drills. It'd be different if it was for, you know, a diamond painting that I'm working on. But this for me works perfectly fine because what I'll do is if I run short, I will dump all of these into a container or into my tray, if I could think of the word. I would just dump all of this bag into my tray, and then I would pick out the ones that I need to fill in the spots that I have. So, so yeah, that one is not a big deal for me at all. But I wanted to show you that because, like I said, it's very interesting to see. And I can tell you that one of the things I noticed is with that one of them generally matches what's on that DMC. So this color down here actually matches what's there. So I became curious. I have like this bag here that has this lighter drill color here, but then obviously this more dark green color at the top and the bottom. And that is number 927. So when I came in here to look at number 927, when I matched up my diamonds to 927, this color in the middle actually matches that sticker perfectly. So I got curious and looked in this book. Now this DMC book I've had for a number of years. It actually has places in it where you can put your diamonds on here, but you have to make it sticky yourself. I was too lazy and I never did it. I have utilized this a handful of times since then, but it's not been really worth it to me because of the number of times I've used it. I thought I would use it a lot more. But if you are the type of person that likes this kind of stuff, this is really cool. So I did come in here and I looked at 927, and sure enough, it matches that middle color of this bag. And in fact, the top color actually really matches 926. So that is I guess a good point about this book is if you're in here and you can't figure out what you have in your bag, you can match it. And then maybe you could utilize that on your diamond painting if you're short diamonds. Or you could also utilize this to find colors. Like there is, especially back here, they're like red to pink and then purple. This would be a really good way to go, oh, I have this diamond, I'm looking for the most similar. It would be cool for that. So anyway, the video is not about this book though, so I'll set that aside. But I just kind of wanted to show you that. When I did go through the book, I did notice that like this very first one, this label is definitely not the right color. The color that's in the bag is the right color. So I can't, like trying to figure out and match them up to that sticker is not an option. However, I do still really like the way it looks in my storage. I've completed, like I said, this entire first row, and I do like seeing all those stickers on there and having that work up. I did the ones on Amazon I saw were square shaped stickers, and I would have loved to have had that for my square shaped diamonds. I think it would have been an easy way for me to keep track of them and not accidentally put rounds in here, because I've done that before. But I mean, honestly, this is very functional and exactly what I need. So I will go ahead and I will maybe do a short little snippet of fast forward of me putting labels onto maybe this row of diamonds so you can see what I did. Hold on just a moment. I'm back. I had to grab some Q-tips and some rubbing alcohol so I can get some of these labels off, but I will show you how I do that with a few of these, and then I will just fast forward maybe for a few seconds. So what I did with the first row is I just pulled out a handful of these and put them in a stack, and then just kind of came through. So I want to not get those confused. I'll set those aside over there. I did this first, and then I have 402, so I'll just take this sticker off of here and then pull 402 from here. And see, that color matches pretty well. It's not an exact match, but it matches pretty well. And then I set those aside. And see, here's another one where I had just pulled it off of my container. So that's 407. And then I just went this way. I just kind of pulled these off. Here's 413. And then for ones like this, I just take a small amount of rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, and then wipe that off. Comes off pretty easy. Probably need a little bit more. I didn't get very much rubbing alcohol on that first Q-tip. There we go. And then that dries pretty quickly. And then use sticker number 415 and put it on there. So yeah, and then 420. And this is how I just kind of did that whole first row. So I will continue to do this, and I will fast forward through this and come back when I'm done. Okay, so now that I have these, one of them fell over, so they're a little bit out of order. That is something to definitely keep an eye on. But as you see, I have all of these now labeled with their DMC in the same sticker. And so it looks really nice and uniformed, and I kind of like that. Like I said, I do kind of wish that I had these in square, and I may eventually decide that I want to go ahead and move forward with that, just because I like things that look aesthetically pleasing, and having the square diamonds with the square labels it would be really, really nice. But yeah, so then I get them kind of all squished back together and I put them back in my spare drill storage. So that's that. And then I just will continue to go along and finish this out, and all of these will be done. So when I will insert pictures of these when they're completed, so you can see what that looks like if you're interested. Hope that helps with a little bit of information. Oh, I did forget, I need to say, so some people will use like storage systems like this, and instead of kitting them up by DMC number, or instead of kitting them up by symbols, they'll actually kit them up by number order. And then like, so they would put numbers 1 through 60 on this, and then they will use the legend, and whatever number 1 is, they'll find it here, and then they'll pull the, they'll look on their legend, whatever number 1 is, they'll just pull number 1 from here. Some people kit up that way, and that works well for them. And so this is a really neat option if you do that. You could also, I mean, if you had the storage, you could essentially kit up everything into DMC order, I suppose, or alphabetical order. So anyway, I kind of wanted to share that with you as well, so you can see like different ways that these stickers might be helpful. Yeah, so like I said, kind of a short video, just wanted to share what I found. I think the DMC stickers are kind of cool. I wish they were exact matches for the DMC, but I understand printing, like obviously if our diamonds can't be printed all the exact same way, the stickers are hard to do too. But yeah, I thought this was a neat way to set up my storage a little bit more nice, and to be able to keep them a little bit more organized. So I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And if you are new here, please feel free to subscribe. I'd love to have you as part of my community. And if you have questions, please leave them in the comment section below. I'd love to help you out and answer any questions that you have. And I'll see you next time. Don't forget that wherever you go to take care of your mental health is a Sparkle Sanctuary. And don't forget to take care of you. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Ha ha ha!